Hi Pisces, welcome to our new space. I want to welcome you to the portal. The portal is open. You're safe. That is coming through the bottom of my heart. There is such uncertainty when it comes to the collective, but also internally. There are so many shifts that are happening, emotions coming on strongly here. We need to perpetually realign what is being felt. We need to feel. We cannot disassociate, right? Because when we escape into meditation, that is not facing the feeling, the hurt. The true meditation is to feel all of it, but to not believe in it. So the emotion you will find is a certain frequency, and physically you will feel that it's heavier, it's more contracted, it brings you down. Even joy is beautiful, but it's still very full. You know, it's difficult to explain, but it's something that is very much in the form. And so as you're feeling that, because you are incarnated in the physical body, there is also at the same time a transmutation that can happen where you use that energy. It could be sad, it could be joyful, but as you don't believe in it, there is a certain lightness that comes through. This lightness is this Shakti frequency, this Shakti energy that you bring up. When we say bringing it up, it means that as you're feeling this heaviness, joyful, sad, there is a burning through that, where we could say it becomes more impersonal because it becomes just true energy, true light. And in that light, there's no sad or joy. You will find that from the same seed, there can be different manifestation of that same seed, but you will find that it is the same at the end. So it is just energy moving through you. And once you master that, and it's not a once upon a time, you know, it's a constant practice where you welcome all of it, but you ground it into the essence of it. The essence of it is this light, is this heart. Because if you reject the feeling, if you reject the emotion, then you are closing your heart. And your heart is the portal to the divine. And so it is this mastering that takes place where as you trust into higher than yourself, as you trust, because you have perhaps felt it in moments when you feel very comfortable, for example, you know, when you don't have so many thoughts or so many emotions, when you are more calm. In those moments, there is a certain flow that happens, a certain easiness. And this easiness is because you are living from the essence of your energetic field. It's just your own frequency, but this frequency is managed from the bottom up. And you will see that when it's heavy down there and you bring it up, there is an openness that happens. There is an alignment. You start to feel all of your body, all of your muscles, all of your bones, all of to the blood. And in there is no judgment. So impersonal has nothing to do with disassociation. Okay, it's not rejection. It's using that creative force that is our emotions so that we become whole, we become aligned and open truly from the earth, our human physical body, to the sky, to the divine, and vice versa. And that is when you become completely connected to the all, which is all pervasive. It's always in everything, but it's just that you become aware and you become the alchemist of your own internal frequency, body, soul, emotion, and spirit. Right? So it's this continuous practice. Continuous practice. And that joins this compassion, Kuan Yin, with ether, pleasure. You know, this very physical pleasure with compassion. Do you see how this is very much in the flesh? And there's no judgment. All is beautiful. But this is much lighter. And you feel the heart. You feel the purity. Now, that is when all is accepted as well. There's no judgment about the sexual pleasure or the emotions or, you know, being physical. There's just an acceptation of the whole. And only when we accept completely our wholeness are we truly in the flow. Because if we're just up there and we're not feeling, you know, we're just up there, there is a separation. If we're just down there and we're never up there, then there's a separation. We don't feel good. We feel bored. We feel, you know, too much in the mind. So it's finding this grounding. And that's how we ground our emotions, right? And it's funny because when we talk about grounding, we could feel it has to do more with grounding in the earth. But I would say, actually, the grounding happens in the sky. Because we are in the sky mind, because we are in the sky feeling, and the light body, there's a subtlety, there is sensitivity that is heightened. And because we are aware of that, because we have felt that, and we know, without knowing, we know, there is this unspeakable safety net, right? You're safe, you're not afraid. An infinite presence that we know is beyond ourselves, that we know is us too. When we anchor there, we're safe to feel as well. Okay, so for me, the grounding happens when we are here up there. And so we feel safe to actually experience the wholeness and get back to the depth of whatever is going on internally. Okay. And it's very important because you might be challenged right now, right? You might be challenged. There might be a lot of responsibility coming up in your life, things that are different that you're not used to, maybe dealing with. And so here you ask to risk and dare. You have the unicorn here. Risk and dare. Things that you don't know how to do, you give it to God, and you just believe. You make it, you fake it till you make it, right? There is it's okay. I will just go for it. I will just do it. And knowing that at the end, you decide the outcome. So we have a judge here with a glass of wine. You know, there's no stress. There's no stress. The stress comes when we are so much in the thought and confusion, and we get more and more confused. But again, when we're grounded up there, There's a sense of knowing that happens, a relaxation that occurs, and we see things from a higher perspective. We're not closed off to what stresses us up, right? So when you feel that, there's that need to ground up. And in that state as well, you will find that you will find more gratitude. You have offer up gratitude, and as you offer up gratitude, you receive your blessings. So instead of getting into old negative emotions of, oh, I can't do this, I'm not able to do this, see there's a challenge and now I don't know how to cope with it, or feeling down on yourself because, we're not perfect. We are here because we're in the school of life. We are learning. We're in the evolution process. We are rising in consciousness very rapidly right now. And so now it's just a time to believe, to have the faith. And as we are here, we offer up this gratitude because we're grateful for just being here, because there's a reason why we're here. And you will see that as you put one step up to the other, more and more blessings come because you have changed, because you're no longer living from the old beliefs. When they come up, don't judge yourself. Just they're coming up to show you, oh, I'm still here. And you just continue. You continue. You continue. You clear away the old energies. You see how there's this white bird up there? There's always another perspective. From where you're at, you're asked to move forward. Asked to move forward. And to get into more play, into more of your own creativity, and not judging yourself from every single thing. You're asked to come from the heart, from the true heart, from the compassion, from love. Love is coming up here again. We have a lot of white birds here. Compassion. And that has to do with yourself. I'm seeing this card, growth. Very pure card here, look. And so, amidst all the responsibilities you might have, remember to come back to that essence, this energy, this essence of who you are, which is this love, the portal of the heart. And again, it's only if you are whole, if you can feel it all, that you open that up from this higher place, because you see the essence of life within you, of the energy field. There's no good or bad anymore. It's just life, it's just energy, it's just magic. You just come from that place, from that purity of faith, and the devotion is love, is compassion. Pure impersonality, but full of love, because this is infinite love. It's not shutting down from life. It's being even more full of life. Pure, loving, faithful, right? And that brings up this perfect harmony. And again, this spirit of gratitude. Harmony, gratitude. And finding tenderness. You have number 22, that could be significant for some of you here. You have tender caress in a relationship, for example, but for yourself. Find this tender point, this compassionate heart, this love, because what you give comes back to you. What you give comes back to you. So this reading is coming up with this energy of light, love, and alignment. As you become the divine, this compassion, this love, this essence of life, you have only faith and devotion, and that brings you forward, higher than you have ever been. whatever is going on, it's not an emergency. Okay? Get over yourself. And thus you'll become the presence that is a fuel to go and risk. Get out there and not be afraid. Okay, Pisces. So I had a little bit of tarot here. We had the Ace of Pentacles that came through. Definitely. You have a whole new beginning, divinely guided. Now we need to be patient with ourselves, with our own energy field. And as things are accelerating, always find that space within you, that time. If you don't have the time, it has to be a focus. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, there's always 2 seconds where you can recenter, right? So let's just get a few tarot here for Pisces. Yeah, Four of Swords. Definitely. This time for healing, recovery, because you have underneath the Two of Swords, which could be being blinded to your own self, right? Being in self-denial, not seeing, not being connected to your intuition. And that happens when you're not centered within, into the heart. When you're too much in the head, you feel like that, confused. Pisces, please. King of Cups definitely has to do with your emotions. Stabilizing all of those emotions, not believing in them again. We're getting into the essence of the energy of life itself. There's no true joy or sadness, truly. I mean, they exist. They have their manifestation, and that's beautiful. We're human to experience that. But to the core of it, there is nothing, actually. And that's the beauty of it, because then it becomes just love and light. There's nothing else. It's the base of it all. And that brings you the confidence. Queen of Wands here. That brings you the magnetism. When you are in this space of true compassion and calmness, serenity, connectedness, the only way and the only thing that's going to happen is the flow, is the movement forward. That's natural. And you're so open in that state, you know, full of gratitude, full of compassion, of heart, that only the infinite can come back to you. Only infinite love, infinite blessings can come back to you, because this is what you're living from. This is the energy you're living from. You're transmuting the heaviness. You're using your life force. The emotions are life force to actually transmute that into the higher field, higher consciousness, the infinite. And so that is what is brought back to you. You're not in the limited emotions, you are in the infinite feeling, right? All right. Now we have cards coming up on the floor. So you have 10 of Swords and 8 of Cups. Yeah, there is a walking away. There is an ending to something. The old energies. You're walking away from all of those hurts, all of this mental conflict. You're moving on to this calmer place. Look, she's looking at the moon, at the sky. We talked about the sky mind. Underneath, you have 8 of Pentacles, working on it. It's a practice, Pisces. It's a practice. And that enables you to actually get to work. Because when you let go of all of those, you know, self-destructive thoughts or emotions, when you get into this emotional stability and connectedness, then you're free. Then you can get to work and get onto your life purpose and your mission. Yeah, you move forward. 8 of Wands. This could be passionate messages, action, movement, forward, traveling as well. Yeah, the Star. Healing. As you're healing, as you're letting all of this stuff go, things are going to start moving. Things are going to start manifesting, Pisces. But that is as you purify yourself. A lot of water here. Aquarius energy, and we're in Aquarius now. We have the King of Swords that came through. All the cards are falling apart. We have Ace of Cups, Pisces. This divine love. You are going to be able to look and to see through all deceit right now. Just see the truth. And that comes when you live from that heart. That true heart sees. The head won't tell you anything. The head will always find excuses or things. No. As this judge here, the true judge is the heart. Not the emotion, the heart. That is why we need to live from there. And also, the more you live from there, that calms your scattered mind. I see a lot of cards coming through at the same time. That also has to do with so much going on that we get, like that. No. When that happens, we come back to the truth, the higher truth. We know that it's always here. Whatever is going on, whatever challenges, problems, issues happen, you know there's always a solution from that, for them. There's always a problem because there's a solution. This is what life is about. So, shifting always to the higher perspective. Always having that knowing, that anchoring. King of Swords again, the truth. That is also mental balance. This whole balance thing. The emotional balance, the thought, the mind. All of that is resolved when you're in the sky heart. Or the heart of the sky, however you want to see it. Okay, one more for Pisces, please. Ace of Wands, special new beginning coming through. Divinely guided. You have this new beginning happening, Pisces, and it's happening for you, not against you, right? So as we said before in other readings, there's going to be a crunch. It's not going to be like pretty, like, you know, it's all easy. You're being tested, Pisces. You're, and we have here the 9 of Wands, which is not giving up. Standing strong. The more there's pressure, remember, the more you are leveling up spiritually, the more you're deepening, the more you're anchoring into higher than the situation itself. 6 of Cups. It all has to do with all those childhood wounds that are slowly but surely going away. And look, 6 of Wands, victory. This is being center stage. It's reward. And underneath, we have the 2 of Cups. So for those of you who are in a relationship, there is victory here. There are challenges, difficulties, but love wins. Continue feeling the love within you. Whether your relationship or not, this is going to come to you. There is victory. As you step into the center stage for yourself, if you focus on yourself, on your mission, on your work, on your inner work, like we discussed this whole reading, that gives you the balance necessary to receive all the blessings. And that's with your work. It's in love as well. If you continue focusing on this one, not the external, And the external could also include the mind and the emotion, because they are yours, but they're not who you are. So as you go deeper and you let the external go, and you go the center stage is in here. When you are truly in here, you live from the true heart, the true light, and all comes to you. Okay? So I love you, Pisces. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.